Hello, everybody. So this week, the Rams will play the Seattle Seahawks at SoFi Stadium, and it should be a pretty good matchup. I mean, I want to be I don't want to brag, but I did say that the Seattle Seahawks are going to struggle with the Buffalo Bills, mainly because Seattle still doesn't have I would say a decent offensive line. They have like two good offensive linemen. And then it's a bunch of other guys. So there's basically this guy named Dwayne, I think Johnson or Jackson, who's their left tackle. And then it's Damian Lewis, the guard that I wanted the Rams to pick up in my draft video from this past draft about some of the best guards. And Damian Lewis from LSU is like the sixth best guard in the NFL at this moment. He's just good, man. He's just a good guard, decent, solid guard. So that's where they struggled. That's where they messed up. Russell Wilson was running for his life because Buffalo had a really good pass rush. Now he's going to have to play the Rams. And I think that Seattle has had 2 straight losses. We can make it 3 straight this week. We know that we can do it. We've been giving Seattle a hard time since like 2013, 2014. So, and it's mainly because of Aaron Donald. And Aaron Donald is Russell Wilson's daddy. And I'm pretty sure he's going to get about 2 sacks this game. Something tells me that Aaron Donald's going to do something special. The only way I see that the Rams struggle is because their linebackers still suck. I'm not sure if A'Shawn Robinson might play this game, but I know that Jordan Fuller is back to being healthy, so we will probably see him and a lot less of Kaiser or Kenny Young on third down. And so we'll have to wait and see what the Rams have, but Seattle has a historically poor pass rush and passing defense. Like, their defense sucks because they don't really have a pass rush, and their secondary is suspect. And the only good thing they have is like Bobby Wagner and the linebacking core. Other than that, the defense is trash. They get it, and they might make a couple of plays a game, but it's not like all the other elite defenses where they constantly have a great pass rush and a great secondary. The Rams have, I would consider them an average pass rush only because of Aaron Donald. I mean, he's one of the best players in the NFL, but the rest of the team isn't really holding their weight in this fight. You know, they're not really doing much other than like Leonard Floyd, and that's about it. Like, it's basically Leonard Floyd and Aaron Donald. Now our secondary is really good. I'd say like top tier secondary, but our linebackers suck. So I know in Russell Wilson, he'll probably target the tight ends. He'll try to get screen passes. He'll probably do a lot of bootlegs. So he'll try to extend the plays and get outside of the pocket, which would be very smart for Seattle to do. We'll see, man. We'll see, because the Rams offense, you already know, they can run the football if they choose to. They can pass it. This game would actually be one of those games where I wouldn't be mad if they did throw the football, but they just have to be able to get guys open, and I think they will. I think this is a good game for Cooper Kupp. Seattle's slot corner, I think it's Umagi. That dude is struggling. He's struggling at the slot position. They've given up the most yards to a slot receiver in the NFL this year, and this is probably Cooper Kupp's time to shine. And I would not be surprised if they struggled a lot against the Rams passing game. But we just got to make sure that we go into this game and go into it with the strategy and stick to it. You know, their run defense isn't that good. Their pass defense Seattle's pass defense isn't that good either. They only have Russell Wilson in that deep threat receiving core with DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. So those and then I think Greg Olson's in there too. So he's got weapons. He's got a decent offensive line, like basic decent, because of Damian Lewis and their left tackle. The Rams have everything to beat this team up, man. Like there's times where I'm like, yeah, we have a good team to beat this type of team. Like, the Rams could beat the S out of the Seattle Seahawks this weekend. Seattle, I think, will have to rely too much on Russell Wilson, and he probably won't be able to do much because of that pass rush. I mean, Ja'Kai Polite can have a decent pass rush. Terrell Lewis is starting to show up his pass rushing skills. He doesn't have a sack, but he gets some pressures this last game. And I just feel like this Rams defense is low key really good. It's just the Rams had to put some points on the board, man, and this is game over. So I do think the Rams by the second or third quarter are going to kind of extend the lead, and in the fourth quarter they're going to be like running the football just to kind of get the clock down. And it'll be a lot of deep throws to the secondary. They're going to have to play catch-up. The Seattle Seahawks, I think, will play catch-up. Or it could be completely wrong, like when I thought about the Miami Dolphins team, where I said all they have to do is run the football. They do the opposite, and then we end up getting whooped on. Who knows, man? I'm just saying this. That's what I would do, is just have a balanced attack on offense and play good defense. And you guys should beat this team pretty handedly. So I'm not really stressed about Seattle. You guys already know that I always talk crap about Seattle Seahawks because I know that we own them. The only team that really scares me because of their scheme and their personnel was the Niners, only because of the fact that they do have a pretty, I would say Shanahan has gotten my respect recently. I used to call him Scamahan, but that those days are over, man. This Niners team, to me, is pretty impressive. Even though they're all beat up, they still find ways to do things, to be competitive. I don't have any fear with the Cardinals going in this season. I still don't. I don't think they match up well against the Rams. Something tells me that we will sweep them. I still think we will sweep Seattle. But, we'll see, man. They have to come and come to play. The Rams are, I think, undefeated so far in their stadium. So far, so good in SoFi. And so I think that the Rams will come out victorious against Seattle. I think we're coming off a loss that I think the Rams want to shrug off, and no better way to shrug that off with a win. And to tell you the truth, Henderson is ranked the second best running back in the NFL. He's also pretty highly ranked as a pass-catching running back. Cam Akers is there too. We need to have those two guys like basically be the 1-2 punch. The same way that I thought that Gurley and Henderson were going to be a 1-2 punch, which they could have, because Gurley's like the fifth in freaking rushing yards right now in the NFL with Atlanta. So I knew something was up, but the Rams have to scheme-wise these two guys to get open in this game if they want to give Jared Goff some help that he needs. I think his confidence is down, but I do think the Rams will win this game. We just have to go in there with a game plan. As long as it's balanced, I think the Rams should be good. I think when you do too much of one thing, and Jared Goff isn't really doing well at this moment in time in the season, maybe we need to give him a little bit of help. Maybe some screen passes here and there. Sometimes I think he relies a little too much on Cooper Kupp because that's his guy, and he like stares down his receiver, which is a problem against the Dolphins. But overall, I think the Rams offensive line will be fine. I think the Rams offensive line is going to have the best game of the year against Seattle because their pass rush isn't that good. Sure, Seattle has Carlos Dunlap now, but that really isn't telling you much. I'm sure they'll want the help, but I think the Rams overall are a better team as long as they can get pressure on Russell Wilson. That's the thing too. If Russell Wilson can't do anything, the Seahawks are going to struggle. And I've seen games where he has all day to throw, and that can't fly because he'll burn you, man. He's the best quarterback in the division. I gotta say, Russell Wilson, as long as he has time to throw, he's up there with like Patrick Mahomes, and that's just being real. I'm not gonna be a brown noser for my team consistently, but I do think that Russell Wilson is obviously the best quarterback in the NFC West, hands down. But I do think he would be obsolete if the Terminator Aaron Donald comes crashing, knocking on his door, and puts him on his ass 3 times. 3 sacks, man. I think Aaron Donald can do 3 sacks, especially with this offensive line that will have to compete with a guy like Leonard Floyd, Ja'Kai Polite starting to get his swag back, Terrell Lewis. Fayshawn Robinson can make a comeback and at least help the run defense, so they have to have those third and longs, which gives Aaron Donald more time to get after the quarterback. And I honestly think those guys are our best bet at the defensive line position. Sebastian Joseph Day does a good job at run defense, not much of a pass rusher. Same thing with Greg Gaines, and then the same thing with Brockers. He's not much of a pass rusher, but he's a big body, so I think we'll be fine at the pass rushing. But we gotta have those linebackers situated in third down, and I think the Rams will do a good job of putting them in a position to make plays on third down. So third down for sure. If we gotta make plays. I'm not afraid of the Seattle running game, but I'm pretty sure they could rely on that because they know that Aaron Donald will wreck your shit up if you don't account for him. And then we got to watch out for those deep throws down the field, man. DK Metcalf is the best wide receiver when it comes to one-on-one coverage and deep throws down the field. So he'll make you pay. He's a big, physical, big-bodied receiver that has speed with it. And Seattle have no fear of throwing the football in the air and seeing what happens. A lot of the times I see that Seattle relies on things like, let's throw it anyways, and if there's a flag, we'll take it kind of thing on third down. And I'm afraid that the Rams might bite on that and make mistakes and do a pass interference, commit a penalty close to the red zone, and then that's how they score points. That's just my fear because it's the damn Seattle Seahawks. So we'll see what the Rams will do and how they'll scheme about that. So let me know what you guys think. Leave a like, leave a share, leave a comment. Until next time, you guys, go Rams.